Like the video and subscribe right now, and this doggo will teach you why they call him Bubbles. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Nah, that's just Lego stairs. Just sit on them, and you will hear a plop, so you'll know when you're attached. Seen this 3 times on this sub already, we get it. Hey, did you also know there are over 300 corpses on Mount Everest, and they can't be removed, so hikers use them as guideposts? I know, I ate 178 of them. Over 200 million books sold. Diary of a Kinky Kid. What is the most disturbing fact you know of? When you're burning to death, your eyes melt out of your head before you die. So you're still alive while your eyes are melting. Kim K has a Shrek's tape, and can I still married her, but you're scared to talk to a girl because of some rumors you heard. My husband watched me get a train ran on me by 9 dudes in college. We celebrating 3 years of marriage in March. Axolotls can be used as fuel in furnace. I beg your pardon? They also make very good fleshlights. Can we shit on feet people for a second? Didn't know you had a shitting feet kink. He likes the way it feels between his toes. What is the most disturbing fact you know of? If you put yogurt in a dead person's anus, they decompose faster. It's disturbing how you know this. Trial and error. Don't use Nutella. People who have girlfriends. How? Met a girl at a bar. Got her number. Lost it on the way 5-minute walk home. Searched Facebook by her first name and thought I had found her. Next day she accepts my friend request. I start things off with, "Hey, you were at the show at bar, right?" She says no, and I profusely apologize for interrupting her day and state that I will leave her alone. She told me no, let's keep talking. That was coming on 2 years ago. I love her deeply, and her family. They're fantastic. Best mistake I've ever made. In another timeline, the bar girl was supposed to murder you in your sleep. The people who believe this about cremation are the same type of people who think cooking things at a high temperature means shorter cook time. Yeah, your skin is well done long before your lungs are medium rare. Just the way I like it. When I was a kid, I just jumped out of the shower, and we had one of those oil bar heaters on wheels in the bathroom. I had just enough clearance height to stand over it, but I had to hold the little fella up. Well, I accidentally dropped it, and it fell onto the heater and sizzled a little bit. Good golly, the real version of the hot dog. Fun fact. Did you know that the bigger guy has, the slower he walks? So you're telling me my grandpa packing? One way to find out. Assuming they all have one, which celebrity's Shrek's tape leak would literally break the internet? The Pope. How to knock someone out. Thank you, my grandma never stood a chance. Poop before or after shower. Shit in your hand and hold it during the shower, then properly dispose of it after. Sniff sniff. Who too perky and round for me. I like them shits sagging all the way to her toes, that way she can use her tits as a whip on Dungeons and Dragons night. Code name for very rough BDSM sessions. I support abortion because I hate kids. I support abortion because majority of people nowadays are not fit to be parents. We need cannibalism, not abortion. End world hunger at the same time. The reality is, if you tried to rape a Pokemon, it would defend itself, and you ducking die. Not if it's a magic carp. Duck's sake. Girls of Reddit, what's it like having boobs? Upsides and downsides? Visual learner, by the way. Scooby-Doo would be upset. No one. Fred, let's split up gang. Daphne and I will search the bedroom. Shaggy has 2 options, the dog or the doe. Distinctly. I want my remains spread over Disneyland. I also refuse cremation. I would love see kids play with your organs and flesh. You could destroy your entire life in less than 10 texts if you wanted to. Sounds like a challenge to me. Bridge burner speedrun. I look forward to the update. The trick is to overlap social groups so that you can save text. The text also has to be so egregious that everyone in the overlapping social groups will get splash damage. And finally kiss. Send a dick pic to grandmother-in-law. There goes all family connections. Send a dick pic to my boss. There goes my professional life. And then send a screenshot of the dick pic to the grandmother-in-law to my personal life group chat. 3 text and I'm a pariah. Does anyone know of an armless YouTuber or someone like that? I need a guy with no arms for an upcoming video. If you can't find an armless guy, just look for a guy with arms that's really willing to commit to a bit. There was a guy I went to high school with who wasn't the most popular, but was in that crowd. He got arrested for ducking a dog, which was weird because he had a girlfriend at the time. The reason I mention her is because then she became the girl whose boyfriend had ducked a dog. To anyone asking where this was, I probably won't disclose. I will say it was in the southern half of the US, though. Edit 2. I don't think it would be normal or less weird if he didn't have a girlfriend at the time. I just felt like it was an interesting enough addition because afterwards kids brutally made fun of that girl and she ended up transferring out to stop being the girl whose boyfriend ducked a dog. He really screwed the pooch on that one. Name something you could say during sex and during the Chernobyl power plant disaster. Comrade Gorbachev, I have bad news. I'll never forget my Vietnamese grandpa's last words. Jung lak ke sao nuaji, which means stop shaking the pole you little shit. This brings back memories. As a Vietnamese, that phrase sounds kinda weird to me. It's understandable. He was falling as he said it. Mixed milk and orange juice, because I thought it would taste like a creamsicle, not make me projectile vomit. Teachers, movies, TV series, anime, hentai, real life. Trust me, some of my teachers were hot. Mine too, when they set themselves on fire. Doctors of Reddit, what home remedy has a patient try that backfired in the worst way possible? Not a doctor, but there was a story here in Argentina about a guy that had a horrible back pain. His solution? Injecting his arm with his own semen. He went like that for about 1 or 2 years. Then doctors had to cut some parts of his arm because it was wasted. How does that even make sense? What caused him to think that would cure him? It was the only solution he could come up with. Featured comment. Unbound soul, you finally gets that job you've always wanted, that beautiful and loyal girlfriend/wife, and a wonderful family of your own. Also you, man, that was a really great dream. Your wife next to you. Tell me about it. If you want to be featured in the next video, use #dankness. Parasites are pure nightmare fuel. Facts. Nothing makes me squirm more than videos like this. When I discovered the tapeworm and how you had to get it out in the circumstance that you had one, I was so paranoid. Every time my stomach didn't feel good, I automatically just thought I had a tapeworm. It's easy to get it out. You put a chunk of apple and a chocolate chip in your butt every day for a week. After you only put the apple in, worm will come out to say we forgot the chocolate chip, and you kill it with a baseball bat. Have known that since my early toddler years. This reminds me of a person that was in a prison cell when a volcano erupted and he was burned alive in his cell. Hate to say it, but crispy. Apparently orangutans are generally not aggressive towards humans, which sadly makes them available for Shrek's trafficking. I wish I were bullshitting. What's criminally overpriced to you? Funerals. Just melt me in a bucket of acid and fling me at my enemies. Cum dries up though, so it won't be lubed tomorrow. I imagine if this is done on a constant basis, the dried up cum will eventually form an uneven jagged crust, kinda like a cave of cum crystals. Imagine one day shoving your pee-pee in your fleshlight and your cock gets shredded by razor sharp crystallized cum shards. Every year, the world gets a little darker because of comments like this. I bet it's hotter than the devil's dick in there. I feel like the devil would have like a perfect dick. Snickers look in vain and everything. Hella big too. Couple of girls had a club where they'd self-harm together. Teacher found out It was like the whole school was on suicide watch after that. Suicide Squad. My parents went through my phone and deleted over 1500 different images and videos and emptied the trash bin. I'm 15 and they haven't found anything bad on my phone ever. 1. They said it's to clear space, which I doubt as I have plenty of space left. 2. I do, but they require 100% access to my phone. They said it's to clear space. That should be your message when you send them to the retirement home. After I had my good time, feel matured enough. Sometimes I wish for the Punisher to be reality. Be the change you want to see in the world. The internet crazy, we not supposed to know this many people. I'm living in your walls. Make a glory hole. Damn, how do you call them? Why everyone is only talking about quintessential quintuplets. Nobody remembers the original. Imagine if Nurse Joy or Officer Jenny were all Siamese. Their birth world looked like that magic trick where the magician pulls a bunch of handkerchiefs tied together from his mouth. If you masturbate, why do you masturbate? To find a seat on the bus? A guy just set himself on fire in Melbourne, Australia, to protest the vaccine mandates. Oh god, and he was drunk too, so he burned quicker. The photos around the guy are all the females he had Shreks with. What were the dumbest lies you believed when you were a kid? Eating too much sugar will glue my ass cheeks together. Thanks, mom. Sphinx cats are naturally hairless, so nothing was shaved, or do they secretly shave themselves? Imagine their tongues magically turn into a shaver which they lick the unwelcome fur on their skin. What the duck? Hey Pringles, now that I'm no longer a child, I can't fit my hand in your tube of goodness. Do better. Pro tip, spit on it and put that hand in there with purpose. Imagine 6'3", 250 pounds walks on hind legs and hungry. I wonder what it would be like to duck a human-sized insect? What wrong with you? Now I'm also wondering. Dating while pregnant. Gotta give that baby nutrition somehow. What the duck happened to Ebola? My pussy sucked it up and devolved it. Why not just use a cow? Its blood is much healthier than human blood, has way more, and isn't as ethically dubious as using people. Because then, vampire movies would be very boring. I'm not a vampirologist, but I think they could only drink human blood. Otherwise, they would travel with gerbils in their pockets, like little living juice boxes. The world is ending in 24 hours. What do? Become another masturbating Pompey love man. Hope that dude finished. It was one hell of an eruption. Parents arrested after 11-year-old son was found home alone over the holidays. I doubt there will be a sequel. Home Alone 2, Child Protective Custody. Home Alone 2, Lost in the System. When you are a teenager you hide things like Shreks, or drinking from your parents. When you are a parent you hide things like Shreks, or drinking from your kids. Pro tip, drink excessively in front of your kids, so they hate alcohol, and refuse to touch it when they get older. That's what my dad did for me, and I'm going to do it for my boy. Real talk though, didn't Daphne and Fred primarily search the bedrooms throughout the entire franchise? And Shaggy, Velma, and Scooby primarily search either outside or in high traffic areas, like a building's main foyer or lounge? I find it interesting that the jock and Ms. Popularity seem to be keeping it clean and private, while the nerd and the stoner are getting their kink on, and don't seem to care about getting caught. How high are you? That's some low IQ shit right there. The first rule of gun safety is to have fun. What's the second rule? Attend the funeral. If normal human male ejaculation can reach speeds of 25 miles per hour, then the velocity of Edward's nut should have torn through Bella's uterus and gave her internal bleeding, like a bullet leaving a gun, as they say. Do you accept constructive criticism? There's nothing you can say about me that I didn't already say to myself in the process of typing out this post. I will speed it up for you. Millennials standing on a block of ice until climate change takes their lives. Nooses look pretty loose. Definitely not going to break the neck. Low possibility of strangling also. You can't even protest correctly. This dude hangs. When I'm sucking some dick I don't want hair in my mouth, so nobody likes to go down on a tumbleweed. Hey, don't assume. Some of us like to floss as we eat. What are the ways to help quit porn? Remove penis. Harsh way, but it might work. Sonic Deniers be like, must have been the wind that got hurt. Every time I'm short on cash, I just go to my basement where Sonic is chained against the floor, and I just stomp the duck out of him until I'm rich. What's a fact that makes you uncomfortable? We'll start. Your bones are wet. There's a moment during the cremation process when the meat is perfectly cooked. Since hot dogs are basically just pureed meat stuffed inside an animal intestine, a hot dog doesn't stop being a hot dog. Even after we eat it, we just become the new hot dog casings, and that makes us, in a way, hot dogs as well. When I was 13 I worked with two chefs behind the counter at an Italian place while I washed dishes, and despite these guys being stoned out of their minds, they made some of the best food I have ever eaten in my life. Yet my mum does that too. He meant high, under the influence of drugs. Not stoned as in your father throwing stones at your mother. I think he got it wrong. Yet another unrealistic body standard for women. Not really what I meant when I said how about a little head. What country, and not nearly as bad as the media portrays it to be? Antarctica. The media makes out that it's very cold there, but that situation is improving. Me and my son went kayaking today. Don't know why, but he was screaming like a little bitch the whole time. I hate him. So knock him over the side, paddle off, and enjoy yourself. He'll float fine till you're done. You have been visited by the high bandwidth husky. You will be blessed with fast browsing speeds and wide internet tubes, but only if you comment. Load fast, papa.